remember much about when I used to live in Mexico. I remember some parts here and there. When I used to go to school, when I used to play outside with the kids, the food, some memories with my grandparents, but I don't have a lot of detailed memories of my childhood. And I was brought here when I was 7 in the winter, and my grandma one day came to me and told me that I was finally gonna come and reunite with my mom and my dad and my siblings. So she said, "You're gonna leave." I didn't know that meant like going to a different country or like leaving them and not going back there. I just said, okay. I remember everybody talking about La Migra, and I was excited to meet them because everybody like talked about it in Mexico, La Migra, and I had no idea who they were. I just thought that it was cool if I met one of them. And I fell asleep, and I remember once I had woken up, we were already in the United States, and I was upset because I'm like, I wanted to meet them. So now looking back into it, it's pretty silly. Then we get to the United States and we stopped by a restaurant, and it was McDonald's. And I asked, what do they have? And they said they had burgers and fries and stuff like that. But I'm like, do they have frijoles? Do they have, what else do they have? I've never had fries. I never had burgers in Mexico. I just had Mexican food. So to me, burger and fries were like, I'm not gonna have that. I'm not gonna have that American food because I don't know what it is. I'm gonna stay Mexican. Then we get to by my parents' house, and it was snowing. It was, I think, January, and I saw the snow. I was amazed. Knock on the door. I hadn't seen my dad for many years. My makeup. I get to my parents' house. I see my parents. I was really happy to see them. And my sister goes and she shows me like her bedroom. For Christmas, every single present that she got and I got, my dad put a nail in the wall, and there was like 15, 20 different boxes of toys. And she said she was waiting for me to open them. I didn't know I was legal here up until the point where my parents put me in school. The realization of like a different language and like me not fitting in, I struggled a lot. And I would go home and I would just cry, and I would just say, why did they bring me here? Why would they want to put me into this? I'm struggling in school. I can't do a lot of things, and it's embarrassing to say I'm illegal. When I got older, teachers would talk about your future and when you go to college and what the future would look like. That bright future she was talking about everyone probably didn't involve me, since I'm not a citizen. To me, my mentality probably like in 8th grade or 7th grade was, I'm not gonna go to college. I worked at KFC, I worked at staffing agencies, and I worked at flea markets. I would come home and it sucked to realize that that's probably what my future was gonna be like.
Effective immediately, the Department of Homeland Security is taking steps to lift the shadow of deportation from these young people. Over the next few months, eligible individuals who do not present a risk to national security or public safety will be able to request temporary relief from deportation proceedings and apply for work authorization.
I was worried to give my information at first. I hesitated a little bit, but then again, I saw it as this is an opportunity that I have to make something of myself. And I kind of just decided to take the risk and see where it goes. And I was able to get a job at a law firm. And when I was there, I saw it as a better opportunity. I didn't just see it as a job. I saw it as an opportunity for a career, something I can better myself in, and I enjoyed what I was doing. So I decided to go back to school, and I went back to college. I would work my legal assistant job at the law office, and then I would go work at the hostess job until nighttime. Sometimes I would come out at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, but I needed to keep both jobs so that I can be able to pay for my college. The times that I didn't work at the hostess job, I would go to school at night. And then the nights that I didn't have school, I'd work at the hostess job. I got my degree this year in May of 2017. If I would not have gotten my job as a paralegal, as a legal assistant back then, I would not have met my wonderful husband who worked across the street from me. So that was like, destiny saying, here you go. And now I'm married and we're expecting a baby in a month and a half.
This morning, faced with the very real possibility of a potential immediate shutdown of the entire DACA program by a federal court, President Trump took the responsible and constitutional step of announcing that the administration will be phasing out the program over the next 2 years.
My husband has asked me to do this interview probably for a couple months now, and many times, and in the last week or 2 weeks, he's been really pushing hard on it, and I keep avoiding him. Until today that we came across a conversation and I started talking about it, and he's just looking at me like, just staring into me, and I said, what's wrong? And he's like,
this is the type of stuff that people should hear. This is the kind of thing that I feel like people should know when it comes to them looking at the situation and trying to decide how they feel about it.
I don't think it's a flattering subject to talk about myself.
I thought that that's the kind of person that you actually do usually want to talk to. She's not seeking that attention, but I felt like she's the type of person that more people need to know exists.
I feel like America's my home, yes, because I lived it. This is all I know. I really hope something does get worked out, because I don't want to think about what's going to happen if it doesn't. For the people that envision more, they want a better life, they want to have a career, it's a dead end if you don't have DACA. I feel very thankful and grateful for DACA, for allowing me to grow, to succeed, to be able to do something more, and I'm hopeful that this is not the end.